Tier 1 cities will have destination malls. If you are going for a mall, you have to spend at least a half a day. As you said, the young kids, they want to go for a movie, they will have food, they will have some shopping, so that they'll spend from at least 6 to 8 hours of that time in that particular mall.
35 to 40 crores apart from the land cost is what you require to build a minimum investment for a mall multiplex.
All the cities, major cities, now they are coming up with only mixed uses.
What's your perception about commercial real estate vis-a-vis residential real estate?
Exclusive malls, we have seen some downfall. Exclusive hotels, also you have a graph where in 5 years, 6 years you have big growth and then they fall down. Residential is evergreen. So you can have your finances generated through sales of residential area. You can have your hotel wherein it will run, and it will also complement to your mall.
India, only 10 to 12% of retail is organized, but that's changing fast.
Because we never thought once the government comes in, the Prime Minister comes in and says everything is shut 24 hours. We have seen in the movies, but real life, that's only I think this generation has seen that.
So do you think a strip mall on a highway people would go?
Here in real estate, once you create it, you can't destroy.
If I'm having a land in a tier 2 city, what is the minimum land required for a mall multiplex? Welcome to another episode of Jumpy Talks. All the talks before were brand specific, or a particular brand came. They spoke about what their opportunity is and how to go ahead, and if you want to sign their franchise, what are the dynamics, or what are the investments, what are the store sizes. Now this episode's going to be entirely different. We are talking about an entrepreneur, if I can say. He's been entrepreneur since the last 30-40 years. One of the biggest man in real estate in Hyderabad. He has built malls, he has built apartments, he has built commercial buildings, he has done plotting, you name it. He's been there in the real estate field. And he is also the Secretary General for NAREDCO for Telangana. Today, he's been kind enough to be here. To start with, Mr. Sridhar, can you just explain your journey, where all you started and what all you have done? Later move into more specifics in terms of retail and your experience in franchisees, the good and bad of it, and also your experience in running your own pub over here. And we presume the people who are going to be seeing this show are going to be an intending franchisee who wants to sign up with some brand. He could be in a Jalgaon, he could be in an Amritsar, he could be in a Melbourne who wants to do something with an Indian brand, or B, a brand which is done very well in their particular city. Now they want to grow all over the country and they're looking for advice. They're looking for partners who could franchise and take their franchise and run the store. C, we also expect certain real estate developers who are building malls, who are building commercial buildings, who probably have land on a highway where they want to open a food court or a restaurant, which has been happening very well nowadays on highways in India. Also, with your experience and with your day-to-day interaction with the government bodies and with a lot of state government and central government departments and people, what do you see the government help which is coming for these kind of things, and overall retail scenario, how it has evolved in the past few years, and where do you see retail franchising and all going in the future? It could be of F&B, it could be of education or anything. Where is it going in the future? Can you give your 2 cents about this?
Yeah, first of all, Jumpy, it's a great show, because I think no one in India started this kind of show where you are really educating the people who wanted to be an entrepreneur, who wanted to come into the business. They don't know anything about the business, but they wanted to come into the business. It's a great thing that you are educating the people. And other thing is franchising is a very good opportunity for everyone. But one thing is specific. If you are looking at you wanted to work for yourself, then it works. Don't think franchise is something like you establish and you keep the employees there. They will run the show. It has to be you specific. First of all, if you are taking any franchisee, any kind of, whether it is garments or whether it's food, whatever it is, first thing is your interest. What are the person who is taking the franchisee, he should look into what is his interest, whether he can spend that 8 to 10 hours a day for that particular business. That's one of the important things. Most of the people think that once we take the franchisee and then we establish, then the employees will run it. I can go around anywhere. That's not the way to do. Even though company owned franchises or the brand owned franchises also, where the persons who has to sit there is important. Any business to sustain, at least it takes to 18 to 24 months to come onto the track. Otherwise, what happens after 6 months of running it, everyone feels that I'm losing this kind of money every month and all. Then he can't sustain that kind of business. So at least for 18 to 24 months, he has to maintain it. Once the brand is established, when the people know about it, then people will start coming in it. And one thing is important. See, thing which works in Bombay cannot work in Hyderabad.
Absolutely.
All food or garments or anything you take, it all place specific. And things which work in tier 1 city cannot work in tier 2, tier 3 cities. Things which very well works in tier 2, tier 3 will not work in tier 1. So you have to keep all these things in mind before getting into any of these businesses. And one more thing is, I'll suggest whoever wanted to take any franchisee, he has to go to the store, observe this, stay there for a week, observe the store, look at the management, how they are doing it, then come back, sit, relax, and understand whether you can do that same work.
You have built malls, you have built high street locations, and you have seen highway food courts. What's your take in each of these things? How, from a real estate developer perspective and from a retailer perspective, how are the economies working for high street, for a mall, and for a highway retail option or a food option?
See, malls, as it rightly said, tier 1 cities will have destination malls. If you are going for a mall, you have to spend at least a half a day. As you said, the young kids, they want to go for a movie, they will have food, they will have some shopping, so that they'll spend from at least 6 to 8 hours of that time in that particular mall. Tier 2, tier 3 cities, you can see the smaller malls, but tier 1 cities will have only the larger malls. Destination mall, you can call it as. Coming to the brands also, see whether they are in high street or in mall, it all depends upon the purchaser. When, for example, you are going for a movie, at the same time you will think, okay, this store is there, anyway I'm going for the movie, I'll plan in such a way, I'll go half an hour before or 1 hour before the movie, I'll go by there, go to the movie and have dinner and come back, or after the movie, whatever you plan, like that, rather than you going for only for the shopping. So that is one of the things. Larger malls, destination malls, only work in tier 1 cities. Tier 2, tier 3 cities, now we have to start building the malls. In Telangana and Andhra, I don't think you have much of the malls in tier 2, tier 3 cities. I can say
You can count on your fingers, probably
very,
20,
yeah,
30.
very few. One in Warangal, one in Nizamabad, one in Khammam. I don't think anywhere else it's there. Now the people have started building it. It's time for tier 2, tier 3 cities now. because just like the supermarkets, earlier the supermarkets used to do well in only tier 1 cities. Now supermarkets have gone in tier 1 cities. Only hypermarkets are working out. Supermarkets are working out very well in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities. So likewise, high street will always have high street thing. You might when you compare the rentals with the mall, it might be a little bit less. But most of the brands, what they feel is, especially after the COVID, because we never thought once the government comes in, the prime minister comes in and says everything is shut 24 hours. We have seen in the movies, but real life, that's only, I think, this generation has seen that.
Absolutely.
So these kind of things still we have some worry at the back of our mind. If something of that sort comes up, then if I am a high street, I can open on my own, I can close on my own. Those are the things. Apart from that, I said maintenance is one of the things. But high street are doing well. And going forward, also high street will do well, because the high street will always have that kind of visibility. The main criteria is about the visibility of the high street. Advertisement has become very expensive nowadays, so high street is one of the things where he can also get the
Hoarding
catch.
value kind of a thing for
Yeah,
his
highball
range.
catch, and at the same time his product is also visible. This kind of things. Compared rental comparatively, high street may be a little bit less on the upper floors, not on the ground and first floors. Upper floors it might be less, but it is more in the mall.
What's your perception about commercial real estate vis-a-vis residential real estate? That's one question I had. And the second one being, since earlier you mentioned about tier 2. Now, your cousin, for example, is building one of the first small multiplexes in a place called Karimnagar. And I have considered one of the best malls in Andhra Pradesh in a tier 2 city, which has 63 branches, which has been doing extremely well. I feel the first mover advantage always helps. In a tier 2 city, your competition is lesser. The first person doing a mall multiplex, the chances of his success, also the real estate costs compared to Hyderabad, probably the real estate cost is 1/3 or 1/5 or half. But probably the construction cost probably is the same here or there. But when you take the real estate cost, so they could be able to give maybe a 20-30% lesser rentals, which in turn is benefiting the retailer. Footfalls here is divided amongst many malls. There is only one or maximum two malls or three which could come in a tier 2 city with a population of 5-10 lakh. So if I'm having a land in a tier 2 city, what is the minimum land required for a mall multiplex? As far as my knowledge goes, 1 acre is what you require for doing a proper mall multiplex in a tier 2 city. 35 to 40 crores apart from the land cost is what you require to build a minimum investment for a mall multiplex. And the payback period for doing this is around 6 to 7 years with whatever the interest rates currently are there if I take a loan through a banker. Second, if I have a prime location which is not as big as a 1 acre, commercial spaces, see today India only 10 to 12% of retail is organized, but that's changing fast. So probably it'll go to 2030, I don't know, in the next decade or so. So they need the biggest challenges which retailers are facing, which I see today in India, are two. One being quality retail spaces for them to grow. Second being quality manpower being available, and quality retaining the quality manpower after recruiting them. So from your perspective, again, tier 2, do you think this is the right time? If in my particular city there is no mall, I should go ahead and build a mall or a commercial retail space, and the future of malls and commercial real estate spaces in terms of profitability.
When you are doing a retail space, mall, you should have, if the city can take a hotel, you should have a tower for hotel or a service apartments, retail space, and possible residential also. Mixed use kind of things can be better for the future, because say for a hotel you doesn't have to have much of parking, though that parking can be utilized for the mall. And when you have the services of hotel, that can be utilized for the mall also. So going forward, see, and look at the Indian market. All the cities, major cities, now they are coming up with only mixed uses, because exclusive malls, we have seen some downfall. Exclusive hotels, also you have a graph where in 5 years, 6 years you have big growth and then they fall down. Residential is evergreen. So you can have your finances generated through sales of residential area. You can have your hotel wherein it will run, and it will also complement to your mall. People who are coming there, they'll stay there, they'll have some space to shop and all. So looking at what I feel is we should have some calculation. If a city has a population of say about 10 to 15 lakhs, you should have this much of retail area. So what happens is general, we are very enthusiastic and entrepreneur driven. Whatever business runs well, we will establish left, right, center.
Everyone wants
Everyone
to do
want
that
to be
at a
there.
calculated
If
price.
the restaurants are doing well, every month you have 10 restaurants opening and 10 restaurants closing. So that is the criteria. That's the same thing here in real estate. Once you create it, you can't destroy.
True.
Your maintenance cost will be there. So at least you should have some calculation for say about 1 lakh population. What is the retail area required? So basing on those things only, you have to take to the tier 1, tier 2 cities. It's not like if something is not there, then you have to understand why it is not there. If somebody is doing well, then you see what is the capacity of that city, what is the population, what is the inflow. Hyderabad has got around 40 to 50,000 people come every day to city and go out. Our metro transports around 6 lakhs people every day.
It's one of the highest in the country today.
So look at how many people are coming into the city, how many people are going out of the city every day. So this kind of traffic is there in that particular city. If it is there, why? What is the reason? Whether it is market or whether it is some shopping or temple tourism, or what kind of people are coming in. You have to understand those dynamics, and then only you have to go forward.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but like in US where you have designated zones for retail, they say this particular area only retail, this is the parking for retail. I think Chandigarh to an extent is the only city in the country which has specified zones for this is retail, this is resi, this is hospitality, this is public sector or things like that. Are there any cities evolving on the same lines, or do you think it's go anywhere, build anything kind of a thing still happening?
We have town plannings everywhere, and now in Hyderabad, the fourth city is going to come up. Future city, fourth city, whatever you're calling it as. And apart from that, we are going to have by 2026, we are going to have the master plan for the entire state, wherein what can be built over there, particular land. And we also requested government that once you put up whatever it is, it should not be converted. So one thing is I liked about the other countries, you have strip malls, you have shopping places out of the town. For example, in Hyderabad.
But would our roads, and today if I have to travel from here to the largest mall in Hyderabad, it's 3 kilometers. Now it will take about 1.5 hours. So do you think a strip mall on a highway people would go?
Going forward, right now, as you said, people may not go. But for example, if you go towards the west of our Hyderabad, now most of the gated communities are coming over that side. So their strip malls may work out. And at the same time, now people are moving towards the southern part of Hyderabad, the airport and around. So there also will work out. Those people may not like to come into the city.
Sure.
Northern part, Kompally area. There also people are, I mean, right now the people are moving towards the side. So they may not like to come back to the city. They want something outside the city where they can go in 15-20 minutes. If they have to come into the city, it takes the same 1.5 hour.
Absolutely.
So now it's time, even in the eastern part of the city also. Uppal, beyond Uppal, now Gatkesar, all those areas you are coming up with a lot of gated communities, villas, apartments and all. So for those people, now the strip malls will work out.
Yeah.
Those people will not come into the city.
Some of the topmost brands of the country are your tenants in high street, whether it's the leading supermarket of Hyderabad, he is there with you with 10,000 square feet, whether it's the leading retail brand, he has taken an entire building from you in 2-3 locations I know of. How was your experience in working with these organized retail brands vis-a-vis organized, working with the unorganized people in terms of longevity, in terms of rentals? This one query I have. Second query, from a retailer perspective, I am asking you as a landlord, why is it that your rentals have increased 3 times for me post COVID? What was earlier when I wanted to take a space on lease pre-COVID, what was 100 rupees, which we used to say $100. Today everyone is saying 300 rupees. Why is it that sudden change in the retail rentals where it's hitting? Earlier, generally for any retailer, we used to calculate our retail rentals on an average of 8 to 10%. Today, 20 to 25% has become a norm. Why is it so? And how can I survive with you people? Are you making more money now, or what's the reason that you have increased my rentals by 2.5, 3 times compared to earlier?
Regarding organized and unorganized, organized and newcomers or whatever you brand. Organized brands will negotiate more at the initial stages. They take whatever they want from you as a landlord. You have to give them, because anyway you also like to have somebody big name so that he will not leave for at least 10-15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So those people negotiate in the beginning, but once they negotiate, they come onto the paper, then they'll follow the rules. Whatever is there, they will follow it. Newcomers, yes, you have very flexible in the beginning, but when they start doing the business, if the business goes well, they'll be very prompt about the payment. If the business have any hitches, then they will have some negotiations in between. All those things will happen. But I prefer the newcomers, because they always be loyal to you. If
The supermarket which I spoke about?
yeah, they have started their third store was ours. Now they have grown more than 100.
Sure.
But that touch, personal touch, will be there. Corporate, no one knows. The boss never knows your name. Only the employees will know about you. Apart from that, rental and all, both the things are okay. But here in this thing, it may be one day this side or that side. But overall,
probably for a newcomer, maybe you can charge a 10-20% more than, as you said, the brand will say I am a brand, so I'll pay a 10-20% less compared.
Definitely pay payment. Apart from payment, also you have regular issues. If you have any issues, the corporate will definitely send you a mail and ask you to rectify. Or this poor guy will do on its own. It will, or even you don't know about what has happened. He will not even inform you. You'll get it done itself. Sure. Those are plus and minus are there. Both of them are good. You said about rentals. See, it is not the rental. The developer is not making any much money over here. So you can, as you are well aware of Hyderabad market, I can say say about, for example, in 2019 December, the land prices in and around. Let's take, since we are sitting in Jubilee Hills, I'll take the example of Jubilee Hills. Any high street of Jubilee Hills, any commercial place was not costing more than 1 lakh rupees.
100,000 per square.
That was the max. That was the max during 2020 till 2020. But after 2020, the prices have become almost 2.5 times.
I know.
Now, less than 2.5 lakhs, you will not get anywhere in Jumpy Hills.
Why post-COVID people got a lot of money? Why did it increase it? They saved a lot sitting at
They
home or
live
what?
there, exactly. They see most of them were at home, they're working from home. Post COVID, they were, I shouldn't say on the record, but some people overseas worked two jobs,
I know.
and their entire savings was there. And apart from that, a kind of security. People have got all kind of investment wherever they had. They bought this into the real estate. They thought real estate is going to be stable, and it is real. Stock market, we don't know when it goes down, when it goes up, whether it is stable and or not. All those things were error. Apart from that, dollar from 60 rupees to 84 rupees. So the kind of overseas also, people who are living outside India, I mean Indians who are living outside India, they also thought they have to invest something in their hometown, home city. Not only Hyderabad, you can take, I mean, during from 2020 to 2023 ending, you can see that kind of increase in all over Telangana, including agricultural lands, everything. Because everyone thought real estate is real, and whether I am there or not, this property will be there for my kids, my next generation kind of thing. People have, I mean, wherever their investment was, they came into the real estate.
It pumped into gold and real estate,
Yes,
I guess.
most of them into real estate, and especially if you take Hyderabad market, it's not good for me to quote on this platform, but I'll tell you,
Especially as a real
all
estate.
all the pharma companies and any company who has cash, they have invested in real estate.
Real estate. But coming to yields, if I'm investing on a residential property, it's about 3 to 4%. If I invest on a commercial property, it's about 6 to 8% is the yield which I get on it, and so close to inflation. So and my kind of an appreciation which could happen, my rentals would appreciate by about 5% per annum or 15% every 3 years. So would it make more sense for me to buy commercial unless it's a end user kind of a scenario where I want to live? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's better to buy a commercial property or build a commercial property for getting better yields if I want to retain it.
Yes, if you want to retain, then commercial property will give you a better return.
Coming to franchise perspective, now how do you see franchising opportunities and franchise in the future? A lot of people here who are watching are prospective franchisees, and for them, we need to showcase some good opportunities. I personally feel, compared to our times when we were teenagers, which was way back, so now the younger generation, like your kid, my kid, and all, they have so many opportunities for them to choose in. Do you think this is the right time for people to jump into entrepreneurship, start their own brands, or take a franchise of a brand? Or do you think there's too much of competition? I feel in terms of the country, in terms of the time, in terms of opportunities, in terms of whatever you call the Gen Z or the percentage of Indian population below 30, this is the right time for people to enter into franchising as a brand or as an investor. This is the right time for developers to develop more of commercial, more of retail, more of highway, more of malls or multiplexes, or maybe things could, as you said, pre-COVID, just after COVID, everyone wanted to be only on a high street as a retailer. Pre-COVID, everyone wanted to be only in a mall as a retailer. So dynamics could change, but what's your call on entrepreneurship, taking a brand as a franchisee? You're taking some brands as a franchisee, and you have given your properties on revenue shares for retail brands. Where do you see all these brands and youngsters like your son going ahead and starting something new? Um, can you give some advice to all these kids or whoever, whatever age they are, to talk about business opportunities?
Franchise is one of the best models because the brand himself will do all the homework what if you wanted to build a brand on your own, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. Apart from that effort, you need to have that expertise. See, wherein if you take a franchisee, the brand itself does all those work for you back end.
True.
See, if you wanted to build a brand also, first take a franchisee, experiment it. You know what are the difficulties you are facing, where to focus, where you can leave something and where you can catch something. So first you get into this business, because see, looking at a store looks very easy. Nothing, what is that, company will send the material, we'll sell, computerized billing, all those things. Looking at it is very easy. But when you execute, then you will know what are the problems in it.
And sustaining a brand.
Sustaining a brand. But see, there are a lot of things which we can't even think about it. When you are looking from outside, you don't know what is that. But I'll definitely advise, if anyone wanted to do business with limited resources, definitely franchise is one of the best options. But they have to look forward, what is the brand, what is the pricing, where he can do, where he can open this. Location is one of the specific things. Location.
Absolutely.
Whatever might be the good brands, we have seen the greatest brands fail because of the location. The worst brands have been done very well because of the
they're
location.
in the right place.
So location is important, and kind of catchment what you are wanted to open, that is important. And franchisee, I think it's the best opportunity wherever you have these companies who are giving the franchises. You go to them, whatever industry, whether food, garment, or automobile, your mobiles and computers, all everyone is giving now the franchising. Even the electronics, all of them are available. So it's better you work with them, know the things. Then if you want to really start a brand, then start it after 2-3 years. You will understand the integrities of the business.
And today, of all the opportunities, manufacturing segment, or if you take agriculture or whatever, I think today retail is a segment where the entry barriers are lesser. With franchise opportunities, risk is lesser for you. Funding is available, good property, real estate properties which are not available earlier are available today, thanks to developers like you and your friends who have been doing some wonderful retail destinations all over the country. I know the best malls in Bangalore have been built by one of your associates from Bangalore. And you people, the kind of vision and especially the way you are guiding the state and governments and all has been amazing. And definitely they need people like you advising them. And all these kids are, I would say, any entrepreneur, whether he's 16 or 60 who's watching this program, the main part of their experience is whether it's a franchisor or a franchisee. As you said, their success or failure to a large extent depends on you, the quality or the kind of space you're providing, the ambient, the parking facilities, whatever you're building. And you people have truly grown international in terms of the standard and qualities of retail spaces, commercial places. As you said, a mixed-use community. One of the best mixed-use communities I personally like is the Brigade concept which they have done in Bangalore. They have a Sheraton, they have the World Trade Center, they have one of the best malls I like, they have residential behind, they have an open space around with a lake and food court. So I think that's the future for mixed-use retail. Unfortunately, unlike Dubai, where I have seen, you can, at least as far as I know, in Telangana, you cannot have the same building where you have retail down and residential up kind of things. Probably those also could change in the future with people like you giving your 2 cents to the government. And finally, before wrapping it up, I would like you also, I would in fact request you, if any of these people who are seeing, who are budding entrepreneurs in real estate and all, if they would like to talk to you or your NAREDCO associates anywhere in their particular state where they are, I would pass on, with your permission, I'd pass on your info to them, wherein they could get in touch with the real estate developers of that particular city or state, and it'll be really helpful for them, where your advice to them in terms of, from a real estate angle, what's the best to do. As you said, some brands would only work in a particular city or a particular location in that particular city. So if you could really advise them what's good and bad for them, or even for a retailer, you have seen so many retailers working with you, so it'll be really helpful for them. And our platform also would be grateful if you keep coming more, and your friends, wherever we are going in the country, we would love to talk to people like you who could give your advice for moving this forward.
We'll be very happy to encourage the youngsters. Wherever you want, whatever kind of help you require, please let the people call me directly or message me. I can guide them to their respective states and cities. Wherever our members are there, their members will definitely help them. And it's a win-win situation, even for the retailer also. I mean, developer also, he needs a tenant. So at the same time, the person who wanted to take the franchisee also, he'll get the place. So it's a good synergy where we can work together. Wherever it is required, please let me know. I'll always be there for Jumpy.
Thank you.
And for the industry, whatever we need to do for our cities, we have to do it, because when city grows, we are growing along with the city. So where we know where we have started our journey in Hyderabad, now where is Hyderabad? We know all how the city has grown.
True.
So along with that, we have also grown. Our wealth is also grown. So anytime, Jumpy, we will be available for you.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
You.